Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to talk today a little bit about isotopes and make sure that you guys are ready to do your project. So let's dig in here. Isotopes are two atoms of the same element that have a different number of neutrons. Let me say that again. It's two atoms of the same element that have a different number of neutrons. So let's give you an example really quick here. So here is an atom of hydrogen, and it started out as hydrogen because I dropped in one proton, right? So that one proton makes that hydrogen. If I were to drop in two protons, instantly it changes to helium because the two protons make that helium, right? That is the definition of it. And if I drop in one more, I have lithium. Now, you guys will notice that this atom is unstable, right? And it has no neutrons. So let's drop in some neutrons and see how many does it take to make this atom stable. So one, nope, it doesn't do it. Two, still doesn't do it. And three, okay. So if I drop in three neutrons, this atom of lithium suddenly becomes stable. But what happens if I drop in four? Now, it's still lithium and it's still stable because this is simply an isotope of lithium. Now, I could also drop in five, and now it's unstable. Well, it's still an isotope of lithium. It's still another atom of lithium that has the same number of protons but different number of neutrons. So let's see what happens if I pull a couple of these neutrons away. Still lithium and still lithium and still lithium. And notice there was a sweet spot there, right? So with two neutrons, it's not stable. With three neutrons, it is stable. And with four neutrons, it is stable. So stable isotopes of lithium include lithium 6 and lithium 7. So meaning that it has 6 total particles in the nucleus, or meaning that it has 7 total particles in the nucleus. All right, and so here's our mass number of 7, and we can see that this is lithium 7, and that's exactly how I would write it. All right, now let's add some electrons because notice that this is not in balance, right? It shows that it has a positive 3 charge. So I'm going to drop in 1 electron, drop in 2 electrons, and I'm going to drop in 3 electrons. Now, this is considered a neutral atom because the number of protons is equal to the number of neutrons. Now, if I were to pull away one of these electrons, sorry, it is a neutral atom because it has the same number of protons as it has electrons. There we go. I'm going to say that right. Now, if I were to pull away one of the electrons, just like I did there, notice that the charge becomes positive 1. And this outer electron shell here becomes empty. Well, that happens sometimes. And if I was going to write this, I would write lithium 7, and I would put a +1 right next to it. And so this is what we're talking about in terms of isotopes, right? All it is, it's a fancy word basically for an element that has a different number of neutrons as another atom of that same element. So hopefully this helped. And I'm going to make one more video showing you guys how to do isotopic notation. But I want to make that separate so that we can keep them nice and clean and neat. All right. Thank you and have a great day.